Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to hold it like this today. Um, because I can't really talk loudly. So, oi, 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 where do I start? Well, this is probably, I'm most certain, but probably going to be the last episode we do of these in terms of a diary of a breakup. It will 100% be the last one for a long time. I might do a recap, or no, like a revisit, maybe in a few months, to show you how I'm doing. Maybe, probably not, if I'm going to be honest with what's going to be happening in the next few days. But this is it. I started doing these because my long-term partner left me out of the blue. She didn't communicate anything to me. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. And we carried on living together while going through this breakup for 5 weeks. Gaia and myself both conducted ourselves brilliantly and did the relationship credit and did our memories proud. We didn't shit on anything. We said goodbye on March the 1st when we actually moved out of the house, and it was pretty traumatic. But it was never goodbye because we were always going to be meeting up on April the 6th. Transpired for the whole weekend. That was always the plan. So I knew it wasn't goodbye in terms of never seeing her again. Obviously, this is now Monday morning. So we're going to talk about the weekend. We're going to talk about what happens next. Where's my head at? And then I've got a few people I want to thank. Whew. This is a tough one today, guys. Bear with me. There's no funny. Okay. And the reason I also, a big one, the reason I started doing this was because I don't know anybody in Manchester. Gaia was the only person I knew in Manchester, and she was my best friend. She is my best friend. She was my soulmate, and so mainly all my support is in London. So the reason I talk to you guys, selfishly, is because I get a lot out of it. I get a lot out of it. So the weekend. I promised myself Saturday was just going to be about having a really good day. None of a relationship talk, no awkwardness, and by and large, 95%, it was exactly that. It was a really, really good day. We both cried when we saw each other, which makes it a bit harder what then happens on the Sunday, which we'll get to. And we went to watch The Hives, and it was a really good day. But I got home that night. Actually, I'll go pause that for a second. The things we were going to talk about on the Sunday was this process we'd agreed on about months of silence, like 2 months, then meet up, and just try and keep that friendship alive. And Gaia had never shut the door on the relationship, giving it another chance in the future. So we had this structure in place, but it wasn't working for me. It really wasn't working for me. So the plan was to come up with a different structure that I felt we could do. I had some ideas. But anyway, rewind. So I come home on the Saturday night and it dawned on me. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't be her friend anymore. I couldn't do this anymore. It was just, I always thought I could. I always thought I was strong enough. I thought I was strong enough. I just was starting to have some serious doubts on the Saturday night and the Sunday morning. Some real doubts about everything. Spoke to a few friends, family members on Sunday morning, and they were, some of them, pleading with me. Like, nobody thought seeing her this weekend was a good idea. I don't think it was a good idea in the end. I thought it was a disaster. And it's cost me, which we'll talk about in a sec. People were pleading with me to cut ties, saying, Stephen, you can't do this. You're just hurting yourself. You need to let it go now. But the problem was I hadn't had closure. There was closure, but there was no closure. Because there was no big breakup, this was somebody just falling out of love with me. And so on the Sunday, I went round. We talked about my job situation and some things coming up. And she gave me the closure before I even mentioned about the friendship and how I was going to struggle with this. She said she would never get back with me. She was very nice about it. I wish she'd done that much sooner. But I don't hold that against her. I completely understand the position she was in. But she's moved on. She's moved on already, and she's moved on real quick. She's dating. She's having the time of her life. She's loving it, and I'm happy for her. There's no bitterness there. You know, I hope that continues, and it will continue, because Guy has always made a success of everything, and good for her. I mean that. Yeah, it's amazing to see what she's done with her life. But obviously it hurts when someone gives you that closure. It does hurt. But we agreed, well, sorry, I've made the decision now. And I made the decision yesterday. I think this is goodbye now. Goodbye. There can be no friendship. It's just not fair on me. What's harder is, because she was my best friend and my soulmate. Knowing I'm not going to hear her voice ever again, and never going to see her face ever again. That really hurts. It fucking sucks. This morning's already been horrible, because I've had to start the process, and not everybody. I'll tell you what this process looks like. It's not for everybody. It's a bit like going cold turkey, where you get rid of everything. And that starts on social media. Already, if you look on my Instagram, there's no photos of her now. They've all been deleted. I've blocked her on all social media. I've blocked her phone number. I've deleted her phone number and blocked the phone number, so she can't even contact me if she wanted to. The only way she could reach out to me is by email, but I've deleted the email as well. So the only way we could ever contact with each other is she could only contact me by email. I've also had a memory box with all our memories in it. That's gone. That was really sad. Really sad. But it had to go. There's one last picture over there. You can probably see it in the corner. That was the first Christmas present she got for me. That's going this afternoon to a charity shop. I can't have that in here. It's just too much. It hurts too much. And these extreme measures which I've had to take are to help me in the short term. And when I say the short term, next 6 months. I'll never get over this. You don't get over something like this. I'll never forget the time we had. But she was my best friend, and I've just had to say goodbye to my best friend. And my God, it's just fucking stinks. And the rest of the day was awful. I drank too much. I got really drunk. I ruined the day. I ruined the day. And she was really good about it. She handled it really well. A bit of a metaphor for the relationship, really. Her being very forgiving for my awful behaviour was probably quite an appropriate end, to be honest. So why am I stopping these videos? Because I don't want to talk about her anymore. I don't want to talk about my pain anymore. I can't do it anymore. I don't have that fight in me anymore. I'm going to miss doing this. It's been a great experience. Sorry guys, this is a painful one, and I do apologise. This can't be great viewing. And also I just want to say thank you to a few people. There's a couple of people in London, they know who they are. I want to thank my sister. I want to thank my mum. All these people have been wonderful the last few days and the last few weeks. I don't want to thank Gaia for giving me the best years of my life. And I'm going to miss you, honey. I'm going to really miss you. I think we're done. Take care, okay? It was a fun journey.